I picture them typing it like one letter at a time, like one finger typing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think some of them, a lot of boomers like to do talk to text too. So I think they're talking and just because of their like way of speaking, I think too, sometimes that gets a little jumbled.
On their iPad.
Looking at comments for He's So Mid, I think they're not only projecting on their own insecurities, I think they're trying to impress other men as well. I make bikinis, I can weld, I can work on cars, I'm an acrobat and entertainer, I do illusion magic, I build giant feather wings. I like to bedazzle things. So growing up in the 90s and 2000s, women were always pit against each other, which is what men wanted for us. They wanted to feel like we were in constant competition with each other for them.
Welcome back to the Blonde Highlights podcast.
We are here today with another special guest. She has created one of my favorite pages. Well, our favorite pages on the internet. He's So Mid. She is badass. She is Becca McFly.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here.
We are so excited to have you on today. You look so cool and cute with your like pink fluffy microphone. We love that.
Oh, yeah.
Very on brand.
I thought about getting rid of it and I'm like, you know what? I think it's my signature at this point.
Yes, you can't get rid of that. It is. It's very signature. How is everything? How's your week?
It's going well. My car just got out of the shop, so I'm glad to have it back. And I was telling you earlier before I tried to jumpstart my old hot rod, my Trans Am, and it only kind of works. So.
She's hanging on.
I know.
She's hanging on.
I always say my dream car is to get like an old Firebird or T-top, like Trans Am, turn it into an electric vehicle, and then like leopard interior.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
That's like my dream car.
That's a great idea.
To roll around in that.
I literally grew up in those cars. Like my parents were teenagers in the 80s when they had me. So like we had all like the T-top roofs. I was telling you earlier, my dad had like a special edition Firehawk and like all of these things. So like I don't know shit about any of them, but like I've been in those cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Firehawks are so rad. I love them.
Mm-hmm. And it was like around 2000 when he got it. And so it was like right when it came out. So it was like the coolest. And it was like cherry red and on the side in yellow.
Think it's the coolest.
Right? They are the coolest. I'm like, why don't they make cars like this anymore? Or why don't they make cars?
Really don't.
No. Or you know what other one I really love that I'm just like, why can't we just make a basic cute car like the Sunflower or the Sunfire?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
right.
I would ahead of their time.
I would rock in one of those. Like I would drive that thing to the ground if I could get my hands on one. They're so freaking cute.
Oh, yeah.
So
they
cute.
are really cute. I had a couple friends that had them when I was a teenager. So
yes. I was so jealous of the girls who had the Sunfires.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Only hot girls had Sunfires.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the ones that had the convertible top. So it was like the black top and then it would come down.
That was like the hot girl car.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the it girl car.
Yeah, no, I didn't get one of those.
Meanwhile,
I didn't either.
Meanwhile, I had a Grand Am that was older than I was, and it would overheat. So I'd have to run out of school with like a bucket full of water and pour it into the radiator and then start the car and then try to get home.
Oh my God.
So you are a hot girl because Grand Am is another hot girl car, even if it was older.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Prix.
Yes, it was one of those that had like the back window was like flat down and then the trunk went out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about what are they? Pathfinders. Are those hot girl cars?
Nissan Pathfinder? I think so.
Yeah, I had one of those. See, I'm in the club.
Yeah. They're kind of cute. They're kind of like the older version of the 4Runner.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the 4Runner, I feel like is the hot girl car right now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've seen them everywhere.
Yeah. Yesterday on the 405 freeway, we were driving and we passed the Pathfinder and she's like, see that car right there?
That's what I used to have and I loved it.
She's like, I would rock one of those right now. I just need one of those.
Oh, yeah.
So here on the Blonde Highlights, we always like to give our highlight and low light of the week. What is your highlight this week?
Oh my gosh, you guys are not going to believe this. So I work for an entertainment company, like just gig work. I'm an acrobat, and but I got hired last week to do. They said, "Okay, well, we're going to put you on the news," and I said, "All right." What am I doing? It's this movie promotions company, and they said you're promoting the Smurfs, and I was like, the Smurfs, okay. Didn't know they had a new movie coming out, but I said, okay, what am I doing? They said you're going to be in a Smurf costume. I said, okay. Do I have to come like camera ready? And they said, no, you're in a full Smurf costume. And I was so paranoid about that I was going to go there and they were going to be like, oh no, it's just a hat and ears and a tail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I was in a full
I love that.
Like the head thing was so heavy. I've never done anything like that before. I don't know how those people, do you see those people on like the Vegas Strip?
Yes.
That are in those costumes? I don't know how they do it.
Like how do
I
they
don't know how they
breathe
do it.
in
There's
there?
no way. But I did have an ice vest that I use for like when I'm working outside at my house in the garden or like washing cars or whatever. So I wore that and that was a huge lifesaver because when there were 3 of us and when the other Smurfs took off their heads, they were just so drenched. And I was like, I'm not cool as a cucumber, but I'm pretty cool. Like, I'm not that bad.
You're like, I'm not looking like a hot mess.
I don't know how those people do it. It was fun though. We were just like entertaining little children and we had like a little circuit we went on. So I was on the news and then we went to the St. Louis Zoo, which is one of our best features. And then we went to a minor league baseball game and then 2 movie theaters. So
oh, that's so much fun.
it was so fun though. I've never done anything like that and it paid well. So I was like, yes, I accept.
Did they give you any rules or anything about like breaking character?
Oh yeah, I just wasn't supposed to talk.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, just don't talk, just wave, dance, you know. But it was funny because the costume is so big, and it's made for people who are between 5'1" and 5'5" or so. So it's kind of for smaller people, but the costume's huge. So with the head, I mean, you're like, it's so big. But the costume is so big around too, because you put like it's almost like a hula hoop, you know, because the Smurfs are kind of just bigger characters. And so I'd feel like a flump, and it was a child hugging me. And you can't really see that much. Your field of vision is like a little bit here.
Yeah.
And then you have like a little netting here. So I could maybe see the kids a little bit down here, but I would just more feel them like flump. And I'm like,
okay, there's like someone here.
Yeah, I was like feeling around for them.
Like just
okay,
trying to find them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a head. Cut their head.
Yeah.
It was fun though. I like doing it. I'm like, I'll do that again.
I heard that like at Disney, if like the character falls down and they're in a costume like that, they're not allowed to try to get themselves up. So you just kind of have to like lay there for a minute because it's just like really awkward for them to get up and they can't. So I could just imagine, because I'm so klutzy, like being dressed as a Smurf or something, I would just like dead in the costume. I would definitely fall.
Oh yeah. Because like with the hula hoop thing that was surrounding, I could see that being very challenging to get up. I don't think I could get up in it.
What is your low light for the week?
Low light. Let's see. I bartend, so I feel like I kind of had a lot of them. I'm gonna say the low light is I made like 1,000 espresso martinis this week, and I know you guys. I know people love them. I hate making them. I hate making them. I'll make them all day for you, but I'm just telling you, I hate making them. So it was just an espresso martini weekend. The girlies were out.
They were like, it is our time. You know, I never really, they were never a thing a few years ago. I feel like espresso martinis just became popular in like the past 5 years or so.
I agree. Yeah, I feel like it's that and the Aperol spritz, which I don't have because I don't have Aperol. So the girlies usually go for the trendy girlies usually go for the espresso martini. Yeah.
I have my standard drink and I do not spare from it. And every bartender, a tequila and Diet Coke.
That is so odd, but I'm here for it. That's just a different one. I get tequila and club a lot. Yeah. But I don't get tequila and diet a lot.
Yeah, because I started out with like vodka and Diet Coke, but then I realized I don't do well with vodka. So the tequila and Diet Coke,
Yeah.
I feel like the aspartame like cuts the kick of the tequila and like vice versa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love
don't.
Diet Coke.
Yeah,
It's so good. I've never tried it with tequila though.
I think it's good. Everyone thinks
Yeah.
I'm the weirdest person alive, but it's been my drink for a long time.
I'm actually going through
Yeah.
a Coke.
That's definitely an odd one.
Yeah.
I'm going through like a Coke, like a pop addiction. I don't have like a Coke addiction, but because I never really drink pop. But then recently I had a Coke Zero, and holy shit,
Yeah.
this took me to the moon and back. And I was like,
Yeah.
I need more. Like I went on like a
Yeah.
4-day streak of like 2 a day, and I was like, I need to stop this. We need to put the Coke down.
Yeah. Or don't.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. I would say my highlight is this weekend I am working on a photo shoot in Palm Springs. So we get to have a little like
Ooh.
work, playtime, vacation. So that's going to be a
Mhm.
lot of fun. And I'm like so excited about that. I wish I could talk about like the actual photo shoot we're doing because it's like epically cool. But the low light is, here's the thing is I'm a full grown adult, but I just live in my own reality. So like I'm a part of this like group of women, and we get together once a month or so. And a lot of them are like moms, and they're like, to me, like real adults.
Mhm.
And I get so nervous. Like every time I go to say anything, like there's like a shakiness in my voice because I'm like, these are real adults. Like
These are real
Oh, yeah.
people.
Being a parent, definitely, there's a line between not fully an adult and a real adult when you're a parent.
Exactly. And it's like I'm like intimidated by their like maturity. And
Okay, but like
Yeah.
I'm also a parent, but you don't act like this around me. So like what does this say about me right now? Like what are you saying, Kyle? Okay, whatever. Okay, so my highlight is the past couple days I've been staying in Santa Monica. And I friggin' love Santa Monica. I used to live there. It's actually changed a lot since I've lived there. But my one place, and I will always stand by it, is Benny's Tacos. And for the past 2 nights that I have been there, and tonight I'm going to have it again, I have got to have so much Benny's Tacos. And
I've never had it.
it like, listen, if you're ever out in Santa Monica, you need to go to
Yeah.
Benny's Tacos. They should sponsor us.
My gosh.
Really.
I do love tacos.
Oh my God, they're so good. But my low light is, so lately I've been wearing a lot of rings, and it's like
I know, I just noticed that.
our whole day is going to be a low light now. Sorry, I just realized one of my rings have fallen off, and Kyle was like, "Do not."
Okay. Well, it's probably in here
It's
somewhere.
in here. It's got to
We're
be
not
in
gonna
here.
freak out about it.
Yeah. No, we're not going to freak out. It's in here. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is now my low light. I was going to say
That's the
I
low
can't
light.
find my rings, but my rings, I now just lost. Oh, okay. Alex has them. No, okay.
Same. Okay. I just
Oh
gotta
my
say,
God. Thank you,
this-
Alex. Thank you. I was about to be murdered in my sleep. Thank you.
Yes. No, I would have murdered you in your sleep. I would have done it when you're awake.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, this ring, I was like, don't lose it just because it's like, I was like, I got this in this like silver mine in Mexico, in like Tosco, Mexico. And it was like this silver mine built by like Cortez. And I'm like, this guy custom made it for me from silver from there. And I was like, don't drop it.
Well, because originally my low light is that I just like lost all my rings and I can't find my little package. But okay, we have the rings, the important rings, so that's secured. Hopefully my other rings will turn up. Thank you, Alex. I love you. Panic attack. So anyways, moving on, we have so many questions for you.
Yeah.
One of them being is, before we get into your He's So Mid journey, we realized through our journalistic research, you have
Yeah.
so many badass hobbies and you have
I
so
have a
many
lot.
cool interests.
It's too much.
How did
Yeah.
you get there? Tell
It's
us
too
about it.
Oh my gosh. So, have raging ADHD. I am an amateur of many things and a master of nothing. So I dabble my toe in so many different things. I make bikinis. I can weld. I can work on cars. I'm an acrobat and entertainer. I do illusion magic. I build giant feather wings. I like to bedazzle things. So I made myself a pair of, once I saw the Eras tour and I saw her boots, Taylor Swift's boots that she opens with, I made myself my own pair. I'll probably have to go get them earlier later so I can show you guys.
We're going to need you to do that for sure.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? I think I have a pair in here. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold
Yes.
on.
Yes. We love an ADHD moment. That was like real time scary, Kyle.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
I was like talking about it and like literally just like.
Yes. And I will say too, you can see her.
Oh, girl. Oh. Shut up.
I live.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those
so
are stunning. Oh my God. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Alex is in the back saying those are wild. How much? How much? He wants them.
10 grand.
10? 10 grand. He's down. He just made a sale.
Yeah.
Are they red bottoms? Am I seeing red bottoms?
I have a little because I was slipping on them.
Yeah.
But they are lubies.
Those
the other pair is pink.
Oh my God. Alex just scrolled back again. He's like, give me those boots.
Yeah. They're 39, I think.
Yeah.
38 and a half.
Oh my God. They're 38 and a half.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way with like so many hobbies. I'm like gardening. I do hair. I do stand-up comedy. I have this podcast. I have like just 50 million things going on. I have sewing machines where I crochet. We do it all. It's fun to have.
For some reason, I've never been able to, like, I can teach myself things typically very easily, but that sewing machine, I don't know why. I tried it so many times. How are you so smart that you can do it?
Well, here's the thing is that I was sewing with the sewing machine when I was a kid. And then I haven't used the sewing machine in forever. And my mom bought me a sewing machine for Christmas. And I have bought stuff to make patterns and I have bought fabric, but I have not used it. So I haven't used the sewing machine in like 15 years or something.
I bet you're going to rock it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it'll all come back.
It'll all come back. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I can't figure that one out. I commend you.
Yeah, I think it's once you get it all set up, like the strings, the way that it loops through, and it's kind of confusing on that part. But once you're there, it should be kind of easy from there.
What about your interest in cars? Where did that come from?
Oh, so that's so funny. As I was a teenager, I was like, I like that car. I like that car. What car do I want? You know, I'm like 14 or 15. I'm kind of like exploring, you know, I'm thinking about driving soon. And I stumble upon, probably nobody remembers this website, but it was called Car Soup. It was a car marketplace.
Yes.
In like the early 2000s.
Yes.
So I stumble upon a 94 Firebird and I'm like, I have to have it. I have to have it. It was $2,000. It was old.
Wow.
You know, it's like 94. This is like 2005, maybe 4 or 5. Okay. I'm aging myself again. But so we end up going to get it. I'm obsessed with it. I drive it for 4 months and I'm like, they make a faster this. And so I'm looking around. I find a Trans Am, which is just a better version of the Firebird. It's a V8. Okay. And so I find this red one. I fall in love with it. I do everything I can to get it. And then, you know, the bank gives me a loan. My 17-year-old self being a total idiot. And I ended up buying that. And I was like, I really love cars. This is so fun. I decided to go drag racing in March of 2006. My parents are like, don't do it. You shouldn't do it. It was at the racetrack. It was just like, I think it was called Test and Tune or something. So I go drag racing my car. About my last probably what was going to be my last pull of the day. One tire hooks up, the other doesn't. I spin out, pancake into a wall. Because of where I hit, like I flew over I had a seatbelt on, but I like flew out of the seatbelt and I rolled over my center console. So like all this bruised ribs, concussion.
Oh my God.
When you're on the racetrack, the insurance does not cover you. Like it's just your insurance is like, no, we don't condone that. We don't cover that. So here I am, 18 years old. I have this wrecked dream car of mine. I have no money. I'm totally broke. I worked at a Garden Ridge. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like a home store. I made $6.75 an hour. I was so upset. I was devastated. It was like probably at that time the most devastating moment of my life. And I was like, you know what? I like cars so much. I like making things pretty. So I end up, my uncle has a shop and he's like, I'll help you a little bit, but you know, this is kind of going to be mostly on your own thing, but I am going to help you. So I had to pretty much, the entire side was pancaked.
Oh.
I had to get a couple of new parts here and there and then rebuild it from the ground up basically on that side. And I learned so much. Like I'm so glad that my uncle was there for a resource for me. He helped me so much, but he also was like, okay, this is how you do it. Now do it. This is how sand this whole thing down. We're going to weld this in here. And so I was like, you know what? And I thought I wanted to make a career out of that. I ended up going to technical college in 2007 for collision repair and welding and graduated 2009. It's only a 2-year program. And once I started looking for jobs, everything was entry level, was like painter's assistant, $9 an hour. And then I ended up getting a job at a casino, like, I guess the following year, and just ended up staying there. And I'm still there.
Oh, okay.
I'm still there, but I still enjoy it. I'll do light mechanical work. I won't like really turn wrenches, or I'm not pulling a transmission or anything, but
Yeah.
I'll change out some coil packs or something and do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. I actually took a vinyl wrapping class last year to learn how to do the vinyl wraps on cars, which I like. So I still dabble in it.
Yeah. That is so cool.
Yeah. And it feels empowering to know how to do just basic stuff. You know, if something happens.
Totally agree.
What I did was a few months ago, like I thought my spark plugs needed to change to my car and I was going to take it somewhere, but I had like a little procedure done that morning. So I was kind of high on lorazepam, and instead of taking the car to the shop, I was like, I got this.
Yeah. You had some confidence there. You were like, yes.
So I like YouTubed how to change them in the Uber on the way to the auto parts store. And then I came home and I'm like talking to my dad, because I grew up in a household where like we had to know how to do basic car stuff, and my brothers do that for a living and everything. But yeah, I was on the phone with him and he's like, I can't believe you're doing this right now. And I was like slurring my words and like, me either.
I know. She's like calling me. She's like, I think I'm going to do. I'm like, Kyle, go lay down. My dad.
Yeah, I don't know how you stayed awake for that, because that stuff knocks me out.
My dad used to be a mechanic at one point, and he tried to teach me like different things. He's dead now, but like literally there's times where like things will happen with my car and I'll be like, he would be so mad at me right now if he was looking down, and like, I can't fix this because he definitely taught me this like 10 times. And I'm just like, I'll call my brother. Like he'll remember everything.
Yeah.
So with your page, and those of you who don't know what He's So Mid is, get on it. It's freaking iconic.
Get on it.
Basically, why don't you describe your page? I would love for you to describe it and kind of like what led you to start it and do this.
Okay. So I'm fairly new to it. I didn't start He Is So Mid until February of this year. And my inspiration was I was watching the Grammys. I was at work. I'm watching Chappell Roan perform, Sabrina Carpenter. I'm watching Taylor just dancing. Obviously, I love Taylor. I'm watching her dancing, and Doshi's winning awards. Beyonce wins Album of the Year. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was enamored. I was enamored by all of this. So I go home that night and I'm like just perusing comments. I hate Facebook. I never get on it, but I just happened to get on it that day and I'm perusing comments. And my first video was Chaperone. So I'm like perusing comments and I'm seeing all these people just say shitty things about it. Can I say shitty?
Yeah. You can drop all the bombs.
Okay, good. I'm seeing all these like shitty things about her and I'm like, wow, like I totally disagree. But I was like I would like click on people's profile and I'm like, that came out of your mouth? Like, really? And so I'm looking and I'm like kind of laughing to myself, and then I start looking at Sabrina Carpenter's comments and people are like, whatever, she's a little midget with makeup. Oh, by the way, I don't condone the word midget, but I'm quoting somebody.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
And I'm like, you guys, and I'm looking at them and they're just the most like toe looking dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like laughing to myself and I'm like, you know what? I think somebody else, I'm really enjoying this. And I think somebody else would really enjoy this. And so I just like made one little video. I think the first one I made was Chappell Roan. And then I think I made one of Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, and Chappell Roan all posed for a photo together. And then my one that went crazy, I think was my third one, which was Sabrina Carpenter, got like 8 million views. And so overnight, I get pretty much a large following really quickly, like 40,000 on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
And then I start my Instagram like a couple days later. People are loving it on TikTok. It's a lot more popular on TikTok than it is on Instagram, but I'm trying to build both up. I might get into YouTube, I'm not sure, but it was just me looking at people's comments and being like, are you really saying this? And then I did Taylor Swift because people love to hate her. I mean, people love to hate any celebrity, but they're always, I'm like, don't be throwing stones in a house of glass here.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are like, oh, so you have to be beautiful to have an opinion on somebody. And I'm like, no, it's not necessarily about, for me, it's not about the way they look that are making the comments. It's kind of more about accountability.
Yes.
Like, you made this comment, so let me just amplify this comment. But no, you don't have to be beautiful to have an opinion on somebody's looks, but whenever you're just spewing hate out in the world, that's when I'm like, no, we're going to amplify this. Let's see what you look like if you're going to call Sabrina Carpenter an ugly little overly makeup troll.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
So,
and if you're going to hold other people to a like unobtainable beauty standard, then you should be holding yourself to that. I don't hold people to that standard, so I don't expect people to hold, but
right.
Yeah.
No, and your page is
So
definitely.
people always comment that they're like, so people can't have opinions. That's not an opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
that's just
an
being
opinion
mean.
is, oh, Sabrina Carpenter is not necessarily my type. Do you have to say that opinion? No, not necessarily. But whenever you're saying this person is an ugly little troll, that's not an opinion. That's just you being hateful.
Yeah. And I know we get a lot of hate well, actually, we were looking through and it has slowed down, but for a while we definitely got a lot. And like a lot of it's just like stupid stuff. Like they got to call me a man. They got to like say, what is the one that they call me? I forget.
Do you want me to say? I remember the Gorlock.
Yes, and I don't even know where it comes from.
We don't even know what a Gorlock is.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't either, but they keep calling
Kyle
Gorlock.
Yeah.
Gorlock.
But I think though that like for you, when you're making this content, like it inspired us to really stop and laugh at these people that are hating on us so much. And a lot of times it's just people who don't understand satire and think that like everything's so serious. But a lot of times it is other stuff. And so we definitely took a little bit of clapbacking from you for that, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when people are like, what do you do with your hate comments? I'm like, I post them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's badass. Like, we've definitely had you as a highlight before. One of my highlights was your page, because I remember I had.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I had.
That means so much.
Well, because someone had actually commented something really mean about me on one of my things. And then like a couple days later, your page popped up and I was like, oh yeah, total different perspective right now. It yeah, like it did a lot. So
Yeah. And why do you think that like some men feel so personally attacked by a woman that like loves herself in a way that doesn't cater to their exact fantasy?
Well, they think we're on this earth to please them, to be an object for them. So and I'm pretty love myself. And so men hate that. Men hate when you love yourself. It's like they want you to be confident, but they don't want you to be more confident than them. Like you can never be, you can know you're pretty, but you can't know you're pretty enough to do better than that.
yeah.
Like, so I think it just all comes to they're usually projecting their own insecurities, and they get mad that I'm, I consider myself a hot girl, successful enough. I'm not like a celebrity, obviously, but I'm successful in that I'm enriched with the things I do, with the hobbies I do, and so a lot of people hate to see that because they don't feel that enrichment for themselves.
Yeah. Do you think it stems from like their own insecurities? Like, do you think a lot of the times they're projecting?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Especially men with women, we have such easy, it all comes down to this. Women have such easy access to sex. We can go walk into McDonald's and say, someone fuck me. And somebody in that restaurant will. Whereas men they don't have that access, and they want that access, and they're jealous that we have that access and they never will in the way that we do.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times they're like almost internalizing the rejection before it happens. And so they
Correct.
like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're like, well, no, I would never want her. Like Scarlett Johansson, I just did her.
Yeah.
She's overrated. And then you look at them and they're like 55 years old, balding, not taking care of their body very obviously.
Yeah.
There's like hair, there's hair, there's unkempt teeth, unkempt whatever they have left of their hair. And I'm like, what gives you nothing was being offered to you.
Yeah. Like,
yes.
What gives you the confidence and like the audacity to think you had a chance? That's,
Correct.
like I don't
Exactly.
I don't get it. Do you get surprised by the amount of women that show the hate on the page?
Yes and no. I think you guys might be similar age to me. Growing up in the 90s and 2000s, women were always pit against each other, which is what men wanted for us. They wanted to feel like we were in constant competition with each other for them, ultimately for them. So, I grew up in an era, and I still suffer from millennial body dysmorphia. I grew up in an era where Jessica Simpson was a size 4 and she was called fat. Britney Spears was, postpartum doing the Gimme More performance. I think it was 06. She was called fat. And so I still internalize that, unfortunately, even though I tell myself every day, like, you need to fuel your body. Your body is, for you to use and be strong and do this and do that. And I still struggle with my own body image and my own thinness every day, which I hate for myself because that's so anti how I want to feel. And that's so anti what I want other people to feel. And like, I kind of struggle with it because it's not the message that I want to send, but I still kind of struggle with like, I'm obsessed with my own thinness, but I don't want other people to obsess with their thinness. And I don't think people should obsess with their thinness, but it's more of a, I guess I'm like a do as I say, not as I do
Mm-hmm.
in that
Yeah.
aspect because of how I grew up. And
Conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm hypocritical, but I am a little bit though, because of how I see myself.
But I think that it's really natural. And I think that a lot of women, and especially a lot of women who put themselves out in the public, like for myself, I'm the exact same way. Like, and I really struggled with it too, because I was, you know, posting everything about body positivity because that's what I want for women.
Right.
And I want women to feel that way. However,
Me too.
I was suffering with an eating disorder and so
Yes.
sick, but it's just because, like you said, like growing up in that time, we were faced with images of Jessica Simpson, who was a size 4 and was treated like as if she had, you know, like she had gained like 10,000 pounds, the way that they truly handled it. Like, and it's sad, but it's also one of those things why, like, both Kyle and I have gotten to a place where we're just like, you know what, we're like body acceptance and body neutral. Like, there's things that we can admit now that we're like, you know what, like, I want to lose a little bit of weight, or you know, this is just how it is. But I do understand that struggle of just like, you don't want other women to feel that way, because
I don't.
we know how it sucks, you know, like we know that feeling. So no, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like, right now I'm taking like a weight loss shot. And I was so nervous about talking about it because I have done so much content over body acceptance and body neutrality. And I think it is a thing to be able to want to lose weight, but to also not be afraid to step outside because of my weight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go hide at the house away from public because I don't like my body or I feel heavy, but I also can, you know, take a weight loss shot and work on my lose weight in a very healthy manner.
Yeah. Everybody's on Zempi.
Yeah.
Everybody's on it.
Everyone's
I see no shame in any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's, and I don't think that sends a bad message either. If you are on it, but you do celebrate body positivity, you know, because that is body positive.
Yeah.
To want to look the way you want to look, and you want your body to look the way you want to look for yourself.
Exactly.
And I think just like owning the control of your body. I think for me, like, especially being a model and like needing to fit a certain mold, and like kind of letting go of that and just sort of reclaiming my own body and being like, well, you know what, I'm just going to be the size that I am, and you either take it or leave it. Right.
Yeah. It's hard to tell yourself that too. So, but I hate also that the worst things in society's eyes, the worst things a woman can be is be a slut or be fat. And we have like such lower standards for men. Like, men can be anything. But if a woman is slutty or fat, she's irrelevant. We don't listen to her. We're going to constantly ridicule her. We're going to make fun of her all the time. She's going to be the butt of every joke. And so I was thinking about, I made a short little story the other day, and I said, I wish people were disgusted with rapists as they were with trans people. But that can be the same about, I wish people were as disgusted with rapists as they were fat women or slutty women. But we're not. That's just totally fine to be. But if you're trans, fat, or slutty, you're just written out of society.
Yes. And I'll tell you this, after I gained this weight and then also transitioned, people were like, think the opposite's happening, but I'm like, my DMs are stacked. Like,
oh yeah,
that's the thing is a lot of times the guys will tear down women for being heavy, or they'll tear down, you know, trans women or something, but a lot of times that's what they like. But it is, it's always 100%. About their bros. They gotta they date the standard typical beauty standard to impress their bros, not because that's what they're
Right.
into sometimes.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. They're always performing masculinity for other men.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's too a lot of when I'm looking at comments for He's So Mid, I think they're not only projecting on their own insecurities, I think they're trying to impress other men as well.
Exactly.
And whether they are willing to admit that or not, probably not. That's a lot. That has a lot of what they're making these comments.
Yeah. Do you think that like any of these people leaving these like hate comments would ever have the courage to like say this to someone's face?
No, absolutely not. Maybe in a very, very rare circumstance.
Mhm.
Anytime I've ever had like a hate comment or a man or a woman try to nag me, it's never been to my face.
Mhm.
I've never had somebody come up to me and tell me I had a huge forehead
Mhm.
in real life, but on the internet, people tell me I have a huge forehead. I look 50.
What?
They ask me, when did I transition? But nobody's ever said any of that to my face.
Mhm.
So,
No.
you know,
I
would say no, probably not in a very rare circumstance, but it would have to, I feel like that would have to be somebody who was a very controversial figure. And that was socially acceptable to walk up and say that to their face.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this generation, especially with even like the younger ones coming up, I feel like even the kids, like we sound so old, like those kids these days, but like I feel like being behind the screen gives them such a confidence to just be this online keyboard warrior bully. And I just think it's so sad because it's like the people that are posting on a lot of these comments of women are adults, and a lot of them, like when you go to their profiles and things, like they might have a daughter, and it's like this is
all the time.
I just think that that's so disgusting because it's like, what type of message are you sending to your daughter? Like, what if somebody said that to your own daughter? Or
I'm actually getting ready to make a Sabrina Carpenter video, and this guy said he's holding his baby daughter in the photo.
No.
Oh.
His comment is, quit feeding the horse. Yeah. And he's, I don't know if you can see this.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah. Holding his baby daughter in his profile photo. But all the time I see horribly misogynistic comments, and the profile photo is them and their daughter or niece or wife or whoever that woman may be. But a lot of times it's a daughter. And I'm like, you are upholding a horrible standard for women when you call celebrities whores, which is a lot of times it is, or tell them they're fat or tell them they're ugly. You're upholding do you want your daughter to live in that world? But I guess they do. They don't care. But if somebody were to walk up to their daughter and tell them, you look disgusting and ugly and fat and horrible, how would they react? Or if they walked up to their daughter and called him a whore or called him a whore online. But they just, but I also hate too how men will sometimes not see women as people until they have a daughter. So they'll be like, oh, well, as a father of a daughter, blah, 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 blah. Are you saying that you went your whole life up until this point not realizing that women are people, but now that you're a father of a daughter, now it's wrong to go call women whores or sluts.
And now women can be respected because like you have one, you made one.
Yes.
And
that's after they probably married a woman too.
Correct. Almost always.
Yeah. What was like the worst comment you've ever seen?
Yeah. Let me pull it up. And it's actually, I hate this. It's from a woman.
Oh God, of course.
This one made my blood boil. It was a comment on a video I made about Jenna Ortega.
I love her.
Let me see where I have this.
Yeah, she's so cute.
Okay, this girl is gorgeous, but you don't have to show everything to be pretty. She was wearing kind of a sheer dress. People need to wear my clothes. I think she meant more clothes. People need to wear my clothes. Geez. No wonder some people get raped. Shaking my head. And that one, my blood My blood was boiling
No.
at this comment.
And now,
I wanted to cry, scream, throw up.
I know. I'm like literally physically uncomfortable. I'm readjusting. I'm like,
oh, I know,
physically fucking uncomfortable right now.
A woman said that.
No.
Then, I typically censor names. But in this case, I did not.
Good.
And I stand on that.
Yeah.
And then somebody DM'd me and they were like, have you seen this person's other photos? And I was like, no. And so I looked through this other person's photos and they were kind of provocative in some ways. Like, you know, we're getting like this kind of bikini shot or photos in a bikini or lingerie photos. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't something that you would think that somebody who would say that would be.
You would think that they would be a little bit more covered up.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so what standard are we upholding here when she's wearing a sheer dress, but you're posting, you know, gratuitous shots of your chest, which there is nothing wrong with, but but whenever you're saying something like that, now I'm upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm upset either way. I would have been upset if you were covered from your neck to your toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been upset with that comment. But the fact that you're upholding a standard of a certain level of dress that you expect women to do, but then you're posting these kind of photos online, I'm like,
yeah. Well,
I hate it.
One thing that I noticed, like going through your page and reading a lot of the comments and stuff, is that sometimes what the people are saying in the comments is like somewhat of a self-reflection of themselves. Like I could see a lot of like what they would say, like they look so fake and everything, and then you would see them and their like face is like very photoshopped and like very like yes. And I was just like, yeah, they're like calling themselves out, like it's like a projecting,
but also like just like her being a woman and saying something like that is just so outrageous. Like that is just, I know, not that it makes it worse coming from a man, but it's just like, how can you put any ownership on a victim like that? Like how can you blame like you're blaming victims at this point? And I just think that is like the lowest, and like you're totally fine to drop her name on the pod, like I don't care. Like
her name is Amy Ingram on Facebook. Amy Ingram.
Okay, everyone go hate Amy Ingram.
If you see this, I wish you the day you deserve.
Ooh, bones. Like, listen, I'm always like, we don't solve hate with hate, but like something like that, like she needs to know. Like there needs to be a level of accountability for something like that. Like I just think that's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Have you ever received any backlash from posting a comment? Like has anybody reached out to you to be like, take that down, or like that's my husband? Or
not yet.
Oh my God.
Not yet. I'm waiting for that day. I sometimes do collabs with a larger creator. Okay. Tova Lee. Okay. And she has gotten some people that are like, can you take that down? Because she's a pretty large, I think she's got maybe 300K on Instagram. Okay. Probably more on TikTok. So her videos typically do a little bit better than mine. And so I know a collab we did about Selena Gomez got like 28 million views.
Oh my God.
And so I don't think it was specifically that one. I think it was a different celebrity, but somebody did reach out to her and ask her to take it down. And I think she just ignored it.
I wouldn't take it down. Why do we need to take this down? If you're able to go out and comment on somebody like that, like your comments out there, our comment can be out there.
You were public.
Yeah.
You made a comment publicly. All I did was amplify. I didn't make it up. All I did was amplify that comment. If you want me to take it down, it's going to cost money.
Good.
And then I'll take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what advice do you have for any women that are getting hate comments? And do you think that they should clap back, or should they leave it to the professionals like you?
So as far as the hate comments, I say always consider the source.
What do you mean by that?
If you're gonna say, okay, I got a hate comment, for me personally, you have a huge forehead. typically it's a faceless account, but if I can go into the account, I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's typically somebody I would not care about their opinion in real life. So why would I care about it online? And so that's what I mean by consider the source. Like, is that a source that you look up to? Probably not. No. Is that a source that you would consider valid opinion, a helpful opinion? No, it's not. Is that an opinion that you care about? No. So somebody that you're never going to meet, probably, or maybe it's somebody that you have met. Is it somebody you were interested in dating? Maybe even then, now you don't want to date this person because they're an idiot or they're rude or they're mean. So pretty much always consider the source. What was the second part of the question?
No, I mean, do you think that they should clap back like you do, or should they
I do sometimes. But I also think they want attention when they do that. So it's like, yes, I do post my own hate comments sometimes, but then sometimes I'm like, no, I should just ignore them because they want me to respond.
Yeah.
They want that attention. And then I'm ultimately giving them what they want. So I think in South Korea, they have 4B movement. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
So they said they've added like a 5B and a 6B. And one of those is you completely ignore men. Like if they comment on your photos, on your videos, you just delete it. And I'm like, no, I actually love that because you're not even considering them. You're just totally ignoring them. And I like that too. So it's like, sometimes I want to go 5 or 6B or whatever it is. But then sometimes I want to post it. So yes and no, like, yes, you should clap back. It just depends on what you're feeling in the moment. Are you feeling petty? Because I usually am.
Yeah.
So
no, we love a petty moment here.
I know. That's why I love to clap back. But lately, my like TikTok following has grown a bit, and I get so many strikes for just commenting back. And so I have to be so careful about how I comment back now, because I'm like, the person who just said the most heinous thing to me does not get in trouble.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you clap back, oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
I got in trouble. I got an account strike for quoting somebody, her exact quote, because I thought it was so funny. She said like, I'm not dumb, you're dumb. And then she did a dolphin laugh and I wrote, you're dumb, dolphin laugh. And I got an account strike for it. You have to be so careful on TikTok.
I always just go for like their mom. So I started doing this and or like their dad, like they'll be like, you're a fat bitch. And I'll be like, that's not what your daddy was saying last night. Like I'll clap back something like that. And like, it's so immature and so like 90s of me, I guess. But honestly, they never respond. Recently. Did you? I didn't see that.
My story, and I really thought I ate. Like I thought I was so funny.
Oh my God.
In this moment, this guy wrote, when did you start transitioning? And I said, after I divorced your mom.
Stop. Yeah. Did you hear back from him?
No,
because they have nothing to say.
I was like, that was my moment. Like, to me, that was the golden age of comedy for me. Like,
it's amazing.
And I posted that. I thought it was so funny that then I posted it on my Instagram story, and a lot of people, I got a lot of hearts for that. So I was like, okay, good. I am funny. My husband, he screenshot what I said about the guy's dad, and then he posted it in his story, and he was like, I'm so proud. I was like, okay, yes. A moment of truth. Yeah.
Okay, so we thought it would be fun for us to list some of the most heinous comments that we've seen on your page, and maybe we can maybe give a take of what they're actually projecting.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this was actually from a woman, and it was on a Megan Fox post, and it says, fake melons aren't attractive.
I mean, I think they are.
I think she just can't afford implants. And so therefore she's just like, if I can't have them, no one can have them.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree with that.
This is a comment from Christy Brinkley video, and she had everything done. I mean, everything. She's full of crap.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
they
would
probably want everything done.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's been looking up plastic surgeons. She's like trying to like, can we get the money together for
Yeah,
that?
we gotta figure this out. Like,
I know a smash facelift is like $175,000, and that's in St. Louis.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Okay, we have
somebody's probably mad about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
we have a man on Margot Robbie's pregnant photo. I hate pregnant women.
Oh my God, that one enraged me. That one made me so mad.
I-
That is another thing that society hates when women are pregnant.
Yes, it's like
And
what?
of course, that's when you're statistically likely to be unalived by your romantic partner. So people
Oh.
so that guy was just saying the quiet part out loud.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
That's terrible. So this was from a BB Rexa post, and this guy said, "Never heard of her or her flabby arms."
Yeah. Stupid. Like,
So stupid.
Yes, I'm gonna guess that his number one adult site search is BBW.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. 100%.
And I'm gonna say that he hears a lot of BB Rexa on the radio and is just so angry that she can sing so good and so talented.
And he'll never have a
Yeah.
shot with her.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I have this one. I was like, I don't even understand it. Okay, so it was another guy, and he was like, so many layers of fake, but then came back, right? So that's all he said, and then he came back and wrote right underneath, like a stinky bath mat. What is that, dude? What does that
I
even
know.
mean?
That was one of my first videos, and everyone quotes that on TikTok, like a stinky bath mat, like a stinky bath mat. And I still see that guy frequently in the comment sections of women, but he loves Sydney Sweeney.
Oh,
He loves Sydney Sweeney.
okay.
For now.
He hates Sabrina Carpenter because she's so many layers of fake, but he loves Sydney. At least he likes somebody, I guess.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for now, but they
Yeah.
always turn.
Yeah, they're gonna. He's gonna take a turn.
There's James again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's James again. And Mark Norris, that's one I see all the time. The guy in the tractor.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But it's usually just like boomer glitching. His comments are like, they're hate comments, but they're also boomer glitching. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like,
give us an example.
what exactly are you trying to say? I think he's on one of my upcoming ones.
Yes, I want to
Okay.
hear his boomer glitch.
Yeah, Mark. Where are you, Mark?
Come on, Mark.
I see you all the time. Yeah, he's like so, like, yeah, he was glitching over Scarlett Johansson,
Oh damn.
and I was like, oh my gosh, because I see him. He talks a lot about Miley Cyrus.
Oh, they hate her with tattoos.
Yes,
Like,
because
these
she
are
looks
adults.
like a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is, Mark Norris.
Funny.
Okay, this is about Scarlett Johansson. And I didn't actually post this one because sometimes I get in trouble on TikTok if there's any sexual innuendo. So I
Okay.
didn't want to post this one. 50 and he lost all her talent. She's 41, I think. 50 and he lost all her talent. Had one movie. Before swallowing, rest her career. Yeah, it's this guy.
Oh my God.
I see him all the time. Yeah, but I didn't know if he meant like swallowing the rest of her career or
No.
swallowing the rest
Yeah.
of her career.
I would
don't
say
know, but
that.
I felt like TikTok may interpret that in a way that
Oh my God.
that would get me an account strike once again.
No, and for those
So-
who could not see the image, it's just this old rotting man with a huge red tractor.
That's so fun. When I'm at work, I work in a bar, but every once in a while I go on the floor and I'm a cocktail waitress. And the people that I call them slot rotters. They're just like, that's why I like that term, the term that you just said. I call them slot rotters when they're just like in their machine, like
Yeah, yeah.
slotting in their slot machines. And so
Well,
that's a term I've coined myself.
and I picture them typing it like one letter at a time, like one finger
Oh, you know
typing
they
it.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think some of them, a lot of boomers like to do talk to text too. So I think they're talking and just because of their like way of speaking, I think too, sometimes that gets a little jumbled.
On their iPad. Like trying to just like talking to their iPad.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well, should we end now with a quick game of cute or creepy?
Yes. So we're just going to throw at some rapid fire cute or creepy, just little phrases. It's just positive or negative. It doesn't technically have to be creepy. It's just, positive or negative.
Is this like men? It's involving men though? Because I'm probably going to say all of them are creepy if it's like
no, not at all. Not at all.
Situation.
Not at all. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I'm Miss Sandra.
No, I would tell you right now, it's all creepy. We're fine. We're with you on that. No, these are a little bit different. Okay, go.
Okay. Abandoned cars in the woods.
Ooh, creepy. But I like the lore around those.
Okay. Sneaking your sister out to meet her boyfriend at the mall.
Oh my God, I did that. I was the little sister.
Yeah.
I was the little sister. My sister used to sneak me out. So I think that's cute because I did it.
Yes.
Okay.
Veterans Month instead of Pride Month.
Did you see my video on this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Conservatives don't know that we already have that.
I know.
Oh my God. So I'm going to go, their ignorance is bliss. And it's like, but that's not cute though.
Mm-hmm.
But
exactly.
Would I want to be blissfully ignorant a little bit sometimes? Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's creepy.
I was going to bat in the comment sections of several videos about that. And I'm like, just go start another month for them. Go support them.
Yeah, we have Military Appreciation Month in May, and then we have Veterans Month in November. And I was correcting people on Facebook, and they were like, no, it's just Veterans Day. And I'm like, Google is free, honey. Like...
Keeping a vial of blood in a purse.
I do that. How well do you guys know me? Because I have a vial of my sister's blood.
Well, it's kind of called creepy or cute because we do a little sleuthing through social media.
Yes.
Cute.
Yes. Cute. Okay. Back to the Future.
Cute.
I
love Back to the Future, but it is a little creepy that he's about to fuck his mom. Yeah.
Marty McFly.
Oh, he's cute. He's cute. I love Marty McFly.
So cute.
Trans Ams.
Cute.
DDRs in the home.
Oh, very cute.
Okay.
Very cute.
Welding.
Very cute if you're a girl, creepy if you're a guy.
Okay. The last one is transmissions.
Transmissions. And we're going to go with cute.
Yeah, no, we did some sleuthing. We were on all the YouTube pages. So that was so much fun for us. And
my gosh, you probably saw, oh my God, I was such a baby in that. And I still have a vial of my sister's blood.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Yeah. You and your sister are so cute together, by the way. Like in the videos that we saw, we were like, they are like the best duo. It's so cute. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on today. This was so much fun.
This was so fun.
No, this was great. And honestly, like the internet like needs you. So you are doing major things right now. We love it because it's really inspiring if you're getting hate comments and you see a page like this and it just, like I said, happened with me, just completely changes your perspective. So thank you. You're doing the work.
Like to end on that. I love all women. And if you're a man, I hate you.
I love it. Alrighty, guys. Well, we will be sure to link all of her socials. If you haven't already, go check out her page. He's so mid. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.